Yes, I bought Streets of Rage 4. Used quite a few gold coins. I think it cost me about 12 quid in the end, or 13 quid.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah. And I'm halfway through the game. So there's 12 stages. I'm at stage 6. And it's incredible. It's everything that I hoped it would be. It runs supremely well on the Switch. Like, the graphics are incredible, the art style is incredible. I did notice actually in the 6th level there's a bit where you go through some kitchens. So you're in Chinatown, you go through some kitchens, and there's like noticeable slowdown there. But that's the first and only place I've really noticed it so far. The controls are really good, everything is really tight. I'm not very good at beat 'em ups. Like, Wolverblade is one that I've played and I'm terrible at that game.
That is a difficult one though.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit more luck with Streets of Rage 4. Like, I can build up a combo of about 40 or 50 hits, which gets like a nice boost to the score. I like the way that it works in terms of every stage you get 3 lives, and if you get 8,000 points you get a new life. So it's kind of a little bit risk reward in that way. So if you build up your combo enough before the boss, you can hit 8,000 points fairly easily. So it's just a case of trying to build up the combo before the boss, and then if the boss does kill you a couple of times, then you've got an extra chance. You can pick up stars, which are your special, and then obviously you can use them if you get into trouble, or you can save them for the boss if you're having trouble with the boss. I haven't, like, the first 3 levels I did fairly easily. I played as Axel first, but I couldn't get used to him, so I switched to Blaze, and I'm having much more luck as Blaze. The first 3 levels I did fairly easily as her. 4th level, I think, took me 2 attempts. The 5th level took me like 5 or 6 attempts. The boss was really difficult on that one. And the 6th one, no chance. I can't do it. So I'm going to have to keep coming back to that. But yeah, it's cool. The music is fantastic.
There's online play on this as well, isn't there?
There is. You can do two player. So you can host a game or look for a game and basically play through with somebody. I'm pretty sure the game supports, I think, invitations. I don't think it supports voice chat. I can't remember, to be honest, but I haven't tried that yet. But I know HOT tried it and he said it worked fairly well, but they couldn't communicate, so they got into a bit of misunderstanding a couple of times. But yeah, so the story mode, you get to attempt each level once. If you die, you have to start it again. And then obviously once you finish the story mode, you can unlock arcade mode, where you play through the whole game with 3 lives. So I think it's just a case of like doing the story mode, at least trying to do the story mode. When you die, you can restart with an extra life, which halves your score. You can have 2 extra lives, which divides your score by 5, or you can have 3 extra lives and an extra star, like for your special move, which decreases your score by 10 times. So there are options if something is too difficult, but I haven't tried any of those yet. I think I'm playing on normal. I haven't changed the difficulty, so. But yeah, it's fun, and no problems getting to the boss. It's just the bosses are pretty tough. Like, I think it's one of those old school style games where you have to learn the patterns and figure out when you can hit them, when you can't hit them.
Yeah,
basically.
when to back off, basically. Yeah.
But no, it's great. I'm having a great time. Very glad I picked it up, and I'm looking forward to hopefully playing through it in 2-player with some people in the future. Once I finish the story mode, I'll probably look into that. So yeah,
sold.
Pick it up, Greg. Do you have any questions about it? Is there anything that I haven't covered that I could cover?
You said I've actually heard a wee bit that Axel is maybe one of the harder characters to use, actually, which, like, he was always my go-to character, and like, that's not really a problem, but, like, can you change your character at will, or
once you've started a level, you're locked to that character, but before you start each level and at each attempt, you can choose your character. There are 4. I haven't played as the other. 2 characters yet, but I will do.
Yeah.
There's some nice little hidden things to find, let's say, in the level, which are really cool, which I think you'd appreciate.
I have seen videos of stuff involving the bare knuckle machines.
So yeah, I mean, I've had a blast. I'm not a huge fan of beat 'em ups, but I enjoyed what I played of Wolverblade. I've really enjoyed River City Girls. I've gone back to old school beat 'em ups like River City Ransom. I played that a bit with Smeagol on the forums, and I can easily say that that Streets of Rage 4 is the best one I've played since I got the Switch and since I started playing beat 'em ups again. Easily.
Sweet.
In terms of controls, graphics, music, everything, the whole package, it's an excellent game. Well worth it.
I've heard so many little details that other games don't do. Like if you got a knife, for example, you throw it and it gets parried, you can catch it again in the air and use it again to stab. There's just these little details of that just add into the melee and add into making it basically like an action movie. Elements sound great. I
think the only thing that I would say is a little bit disappointing, and it's just personal preference. I think they could have gone a little bit more all out with the story, because it's like stills and it's like text and it's like a comic book basically, which if that's the style they're going for, then it's great. But I think this game really would have benefited from like maybe animated cutscenes, maybe voice acting as well between levels. I think that's where, especially if you look at the fantastic voice acting in Wolverblade and in River City Girls as well, some really good voice acting. I think if they'd gone for like an animated cutscenes sort of style with some good voice acting, even if it was only in Japanese, for example, then I think it would have just added a little bit more, because those like sequences between each level, they do feel a little bit flat compared to the rest of the game.
Can you skip the wee
You
cutscenes? Sorry, just thinking of future playthroughs. You know?
Yeah, you can.
Cool.
That was great. Makes me want to pick it up too.
Do it.
Well worth it, I would say.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.